And we're here at the National Bank football tournament, and we're just interviewing everyone, asking them how their tournament's been going so far. So come on. So how are you enjoying the tournament so far?
Oh, it's good. Good action. I mean, all the teams them playing as hard as they could, but you know they're gonna get one or two little extra. But I think everybody put in out a good effort, and it's a good line for the public at the afternoons.
Okay, and who are we repping today?
Well, I got two horses in the race, you know. I rep CPS and Ivor Walters Mustangs.
All right. How are you enjoying them so far?
It is awesome. The youngsters are playing their heart out. Oh, goal!
Sorry.
So that's who we're backing today?
Well, not really, but it doesn't matter. I'm Ginger and now St. Thomas's.
How are you feeling today?
Wonderful.
Good. And who are we repping today?
Jaguar.
All right.
One SDPS, never two. 3 points in the bag. Straight final four we going. They can't stop us. We defending with title. St. Thomas's Primary all the way. Let me hear the Jaguars them. Yes.
So how are we doing today, Mr. Host?
I am doing fair to partly cloudy with a few scattered showers. We're here at the El Camino Willett Park, the office where we come to do business. And it's another nice afternoon. The sun is setting and it's a National Bank sponsored primary school football. And if you're not here, I don't know where you are, but you should be here.
Game been going so far?
Excellent. I mean, it's always good to come out, witness primary school footballs. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when they moved to the after school, atmosphere is electric. Really good talents on display. I think everybody knows me and everybody knows my daughter. They know I'm St. Thomas is for life, that is for sure. Looking forward to the semi-finals. I think that is this weekend, and then of course the finals after that. But excellent tournament, one of the better tournaments as a matter of fact. 5 schools vying for the last 4 spots. So what can you say?
How are you feeling tonight, Auntie Shelly?
I'm feeling great because CPS get one straight flight gone to the final. The semi-final, I must say, the semi-final. One straight flight, but me could tell you, a Charleston gonna win the whole series. Take it as I tell you.
All right, I hear for Auntie Shelly.
Okay.
Good night, Mr. Liban. How are you feeling tonight?
I am wonderful.
And how
Great to be here.
And how has the tournament been going so far for you?
Oh, I love this. I love to see the young people out here, and I really love to see the support from the general public. The general public has been great. Every single game that we have had a bumper crowd. It's building up now even more because today is the last day of the regular season, and I think the game that we have now is going to determine which team goes into the final. We already have 4 teams for the final 4. And this last game will determine, which team gets the last spot. So this is a kind of a final in itself.
Good evening. I just come out of the gym just to come to watch the Mustang win. Oh, listen.
How are you feeling tonight?
Modzie, darling, all I want to see is Mustang scoring. Mustang! Let me go defense! Mustangs! My guys, don't know you.
So how you feel about that goal?
Great.
Give me the mic again and again. Mustang all the way. Oh, listen.
name is Daniel and I'm your interviewer for tonight, and we're here at the National Bank football tournament, and we're just interviewing everyone, asking them how their tournament. Hi guys, my name is Daniel and I'm your interviewer for tonight, and we're here at the National Bank football tournament, and we're just interviewing everyone, asking them how their tournament's been going so far. So come on. So how are you enjoying the tournament so far?
Oh, it's good. Good action. I mean, all the teams them playing as hard as they could, but you know they're gonna got one or two little extra. But I think everybody putting out a good effort, and it's a good line for the public at the afternoons.
Okay, and who are we repping today?
Well, I got two horses in the race, you know. I rep CPS and Ivor Walters Mustangs.
All right. How are you enjoying them so far?
It is awesome. The youngsters are playing their heart out.
Sorry.
So that's who we're backing today?
Well, not really, but it doesn't matter. I'm Ginger now, St. Thomas's.
How are you feeling today?
Wonderful.
Good. And who are we repping today?
Jaguar.
All right.
One SDPS level 2, 3 points in the bag, straight final 4 we going. They can't stop us. We defending with title. St. Thomas's spray me all the way. Let me hear the Jaguars them. Yes.
So how are we doing today, Mr. Host?
I am doing fair to partly cloudy with a few scattered showers. We're here at the Willett Park, the office where we come to do business. And it's another nice afternoon. The sun is setting, and it's a National Bank sponsored primary school football. And if you're not here, I don't know where you are, but you should be here.
Game been going so far?
Excellent. I mean, it's always good to come out, witness primary school footballs. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when they moved to the after school, atmosphere is electric. Really good talents on display. I think everybody knows me and everybody knows my daughter. They know I'm St. Thomas's for life, that is for sure. Looking forward to the semi-finals. I think that is this weekend, and then of course the finals after that. But excellent tournament, one of the better tournaments as a matter of fact. 5 schools vying for the last 4 spots. So what can you say?
How are you feeling tonight, Auntie Shelley?
I'm feeling great because CPS get one straight flight gone to the final. The semi-final, I must say, the semi-final. One straight flight, but me could tell you, a Charleston gonna win the whole series. Yeah. Take it as I tell you.
All right, I hear for Auntie Shelley.
Okay.
Good night, Mr. Liban. How are you feeling tonight?
I am wonderful. It's great to be here.
And how has the tournament been going so far for you?
Oh, I love this. I love to see the young people out here, and I really love to see the support from the general public. The general public has been great. Every single game that we have had a bumper crowd. It's building up now even more because today is the last day of the regular season, and I think the game that we have now is going to determine which team goes into the final. We already have 4 teams for the final 4. And this last game will determine, which team gets the last spot. So this is a kind of a final in itself.
Good evening. I just come out of the gym just to come to watch the Mustang win.
How are you feeling tonight?
Monsieur, darling, all I want to see is Mustang scoring. Mustang! Let me go defense! Mustangs! My guy, don't know you.
So how you feel about that goal?
Great.
Give me the mic again and again. Mustang all the way.
Testing. Okay, special good afternoon to everybody. I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to this press briefing here at the Department of Education. Today's press briefing will provide important details for the upcoming matches in the St. Kitts Nevis Anguilla National Bank Nevis Primary Schools Football League, as well as some exciting new initiatives that will be hosted by the Ministry and Departments of Education and Sport as it relates to netball and football. Before I go any further, just some housekeeping matters. If you have your phone, please put them on vibrate or silent. And while the presentations are being had, I am asking everybody to just respect their table and be silent for the most part. Before, I want to acknowledge the head table at this point in time. At the head table, we have the Minister of Education and Sports, the Honorable Troy Liebert. We also have the Director of Sports, Mr. Algin Newton, and the Education Officer with responsibility for Health and Wellness, Ms. Nicola Fraser. As it relates to the Primary School Football Championship, we know we would have had an exciting tournament over the last month or so. We had a tournament that showed some 176 students participating in over 45 games, about 45 games. There were some interesting games. It was competitive throughout the season. If you check the table, you recognize the first place team was just 5 points ahead of the sixth place team. So this demonstrated how competitive the league was. We saw Montessori as a school getting their first ever win in the primary school football league since they've begun their participation. And we also saw every team registered a point, at least a point. So everybody got at least a win. So I think there were some years when some persons didn't get any wins. And so for everybody to get at least one win, I think that is truly commendable. I want to, at this point again, thank our sponsors, the St. Kitts Nevis Anguilla National Bank, for coming on board again and sponsoring this particular endeavor. As I would have mentioned, there are some exciting new initiatives that we also have coming up in terms of sports, and we'll get into those later. At this point in time, I'm going to call on my colleague, Nicola Fraser, Education Officer in the Department of Education, to provide an overview and reflection of the recently concluded regular season for the St. Kitts Nevis Anguilla National Bank Primary School Football League.
Thank you, Mr. Claxton. Good afternoon, everyone. Now, as we recap the St. Kitts Nevis Anguilla National Bank Primary School Football Tournament, I must indicate that this tournament brought high energy, vibrant school spirit, and a showcase of emerging, young, talented footballers. The tournament kicked off on October 3rd at the ETW Park, and it featured 10 primary schools, and I feel that it's worthy to mention these 10 primary schools. We had the St. James Primary, Montessori Academy, Maud Cross Preparatory, Nevis Academy, Violet O.J. Nichols Primary, Elizabeth Pemberton Primary, and our final four who are here with us today, the Ivor Walters Primary, Charlestown Primary, St. Thomas's Primary, and the Joycelyn Liebert Primary School. This year's tournament is being held under the patronage of Mr. Tyler Martin, who is a former student athlete of the Maud Cross Preparatory School. Now, the regular season came to a close on October 28th, and we saw topping the table the Joycelyn Liebert Primary School, as Mr. Claxton would have identified, with 21 points. St. Thomas, that deserves a round of applause, yes. St. Thomas's Primary and Charlestown Primary School ended on a tie with 19 points. And bringing up the rear was the Ivor Walters Primary on 17 points. Some of our top goal scorers who I feel we should mention, we are seeing Jamali Kelly of the Joycelyn Liebert Primary School on 13 goals. Ajani Sadler of Elizabeth Pemberton Primary School on 10 goals. Josiah Mead of the Charlestown Primary School on 8 goals. And Caden Williams of Ivor Walters Primary School on 6 goals. Now, for me, some matches stood out, and I would like to mention them at this time. Elizabeth Pemberton Primary versus VOJN. That was a nail-biting draw. Thrilling, if you ask, where Xander Nisbet was named the player of the match. We saw Montessori versus Maud Cross. Montezuma scored one. Marcos didn't get to score, and I must highlight that Montezuma showed an excellent display of sportsmanship at the end of this match. And down to the wire, that's the final game. In the final round, we saw Ivor Walters Primary and Elizabeth Pemberton Primary trying to get that decisive win. That game decided who would be in the finals, and it was only determined by the goal difference. So now, as we look ahead, all eyes are now on the semifinals and finals. The question is, can the Joyce and Lambert Primary School secure both the regular season and tournament titles? Or will Charlestown Primary, St. Thomas's Primary, or the Ivor Walters Primary have a grand comeback? What's the answer? Somebody is saying Charlestown Primary. What's the answer? Some persons are saying we'll see on November 2nd at the ETW Park. As I conclude, I must say thank you to the St. Kitts Nevis Anguilla National Bank for their sponsorship and in ensuring that our students are nurtured through their initiative of building strong communities and providing a platform for student athletes. Special thanks to all match officials, referees, bus drivers, coaches, and other volunteers for their dedication and support. I want you to save the date, November 2nd, semifinals, that's a Sunday, and the finals, November 9th. This coming Sunday, and November 9th, that's the following Sunday for the finals. The admission fee, adults, $5, and children, that includes 6 farmers, they are totally free. So come on out, see the final 4, and thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Fraser, for your words. As you would have alluded to in your presentation, we recognize that this year's competition was exciting, competitive, showcasing some remarkable talent that we have here in Nevis. She would have asked about who's going to win, and I felt the room was a bit quiet. So I want everybody to just give a round of applause to the final 4 teams. Ivor Walters Primary, Charlestown Primary, St. Thomas's Primary, and our regular season champions, the Joyce and Libert Primary School. In addition to the persons that and entities that Ms. Fraser would have expressed gratitude to, I also want to express gratitude to the fans for coming out. Every match day, they provided a tremendous, exciting atmosphere, which I think helped motivate the children to give their all. So I want to thank the fans publicly, thank the fans for your continued support, and we want to see you out in your numbers on November 2nd for the semifinals and November 9th for the finals. As I would have mentioned in my opening, we have a few exciting initiatives that are coming up for the secondary school, and I'm going to call on the Director of Sports, Mr. R.J. Newton, to provide an update on those initiatives.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Assistant Principal Secretary, Honorable Youth Child Library, Minister of Sports, media houses, teachers, student athletes. I want to say a special good afternoon to everyone. Also everyone listening live, good afternoon. Now at the Department of Sports, we understand the importance of tournaments both at primary and also at the secondary school level to help shape our young athletes and promote physical and mental well-being, as well as creating lifelong bonds and friendships as well. So we would have looked at how we could incorporate some tournaments to help with the holistic development of our youngsters within the schools. We would have come up with a high school netball tournament, so shortly we will be going into a tri-series with different categories. We will have the under 14 open female and also open, the under 14 and under, sorry, and an open tournament. For the male secondary football tournament, we'll be having also a U14 tri-series and also an open tournament. Dates for the high school netball tournament, start date Tuesday the 4th at 4:30 p.m. Saturday the 8th 6:30 p.m. Tuesday the 11th, 4:30 p.m. And for the netball, for the football, sorry, we will be having a triple header on each day. Friday the 7th of November, 3 p.m. Wednesday the 12th November, 3 p.m. Sunday the 16th November. That's 4 p.m. I'm correct, Nikki? Yes, the football will be held at the ETW Park, and the netball will be held at Hull Stevens Netball Complex. We know that some very good talents would have graduated from the same primary school programs, and we are looking forward to ensure that they could continue crafting and shaping their talents. So we've provided these tournaments to ensure that we can keep them quote unquote on the right path and the straight and narrow so that they could display their talents. I too would like to say a special congratulations to the primary school who would have made it to the top 4, Charleston Primary, Ivy Walters Primary, St. Thomas's Primary, and also JLPS. I think the tournament would have been a wonderful tournament, and every year when we think that the tournament can't get any better, somehow some aspect seem to climb. And I think the closeness of the table and the camaraderie right through is testament to the hard work that the coaches within the schools would have been putting in, and I think that deserves a clap. I too also would like to thank National Bank for powering the tournament, for sticking and staying with us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Director, for those words. And for me, I'm very excited about the high school series that is coming up. I remember some years ago, we would have launched a similar series at the court in Gingerland. It was very successful. And I think that, you know, because of COVID, we would have fell off and we never got back to doing it. So I'm very happy that we are at this point where we are introducing a netball competition in the secondary schools, football competition in secondary school. Might I dare say, we have basketball coming up. So, but you'll hear more about that in the not too distant future. Also in terms of the football, I'm going to mention that, is that we're also having a female competition in the secondary schools. We recognize recently there's a growing interest in females playing football, and we've seen a lot of them come through the same primary school, played at the primary school level, and they've now gone on to national. We have a number of them who have represented the country under 13, under 14, under 17, and even at the senior team level over the years. But what I'm excited about is the numbers are increasing. Previously, it used to be like we have 2 players, 1 player here, there, but now we're seeing them in larger numbers. As a matter of fact, we have Ronnie Isles, who's here with us, who would have represented the country at U13 level. And she's playing in the primary school league. Also, in terms of netball, the department, as part of its mandate, we put in a lot of resources and time in terms of reigniting netball in the primary school. And the minister is going to talk a lot about these things later on. But we are very much committed. We are very, very much committed to the revival of netball. Over the years, just to provide some perspective, over the years, we would have tried to focus a lot at the top in terms of the adults. We felt that, you know, reviving netball involved getting the adults back out playing, creating tournaments for the adults to play. But on doing our review and our reflection, we decided now to take a bottom-up approach where we are trying to increase participation at the youth level, primary school and secondary school level, and we'll continue to build out that. And it's our hope that long-term we'll have a larger number of individuals participating in netball. And we know you also have male netball now, so it's not just limited to the females. And so, as I said, we are committed to our mandate of developing sports here in Nevis. We also are pushing the education front as well. So we have in 2026, we're going to introduce a program which is going to focus on helping students balance both academics and athletics. Because what we want, when students get to 5th and 6th form, they're in a position where we can try to, even if it's not us, we put them in a position where they can get scholarships for themselves to go to school. We don't want a situation where a child is talented in cricket, football, netball, track and field, but when it's time for them to get an opportunity, the academic side of it is not in place. And so you'll hear more about that program in 2026. where we are going to help prepare our student athletes so they are successful in the long run. I would have mentioned the minister a while ago, and he had to put it right back on it, but in every team, we need someone, a leader with a vision. And we have a leader in the Honorable Troy Liebert who understands the importance of sports, understands the importance of creating an atmosphere and environment for sports to thrive, especially for our young people. And he has given us the support, he has given us the leverage, he has given us the directive to continuously create opportunities for our young people, whether it's through development program, whether it's through competition, whether it's through initiative where we support them going overseas and so forth. And with a leader like that, a team captain like that, since we're talking sports, our team captain, I want to be the coach, which one? You know, he continuously engages us about how we can do better, what we can do, how we can change things up, how we can, to help our young people. He has always been committed to creating opportunities for young people, providing an environment for young people to really grow through sports. And so I'm going to turn it over to the Honorable Troy Liebert to just speak about what has been happening at the ministry level, some of his plans for sport, and just to endorse all the programs and initiatives that we're doing. The Honorable Troy Liebert.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, for that most gracious introduction. I was almost here thinking, well, who's that hero that he's there talking about? I acknowledge all at the head table. I acknowledge our brilliant students here this afternoon, those who are representing the schools who have made it to the final four for the primary school tournament, those who are here from the secondary school. I see we have some females here in front of me. You all are netball players or football players? Netball, okay. And we also have the male football players from our secondary schools. We have some coaches who are here, and they are in the back. I see a deputy principal. So there's a lot of support in the entire ministry. It's certainly a source of pride for me to be associated with, you know, these type of sporting events. The Ministry of Education and Sports et al., we continue to place a strong emphasis on sports as a vital pillar in the holistic development of our young people on Nevis. So we do not just view sport as, you know, an opportunity for our young people, for our youth to be fit, to get in shape, for them to be able to run around, but we see it as a vital pillar in their holistic development. Students who are involved in sports, they tend to learn a lot of discipline. They learn about teamwork. They learn about leadership. They learn about resilience. It's important in life to learn how to lose. And in sports, you're definitely going to lose at some point in time. So you learn how to lose and you learn how to bounce back. So sport, I think, is very, very important to the development of our youth when we look at it in a holistic way. And so I'm very happy to be associated with anything to do with sports. And of course, as we know, the youth are the future of our nation. And so we must invest as much as possible in the young people. You know, prior to us going live this afternoon, we were having quite a good time here in this little room. We're here at the Department of Education, and we were having quite a nice time setting up. All of us here, you know, we get along very well, comrades, all of the coaches in the back and the good folks from the Department of IT who are facilitating the live stream for us, and of course, Curtis Morton, who has been a mainstay in sports. You can't have sports in Nevis without Curtis. When I was a youth, where you young people are right now sitting, Curtis was already out there, you know, before videotaping and all of that was a thing. He was out there ensuring that the record was being kept for sports. So when you see Curtis, make sure you all have a lot of respect for him, because he's one of those persons who has done quite a lot to get us to where we are. But you know, all of that being said, we were here fighting with the cameras and and all of that, and Curtis came in and he had a headphone, and his headphone would not work. And so when the gentleman from IT came in, Curtis asked him, you know, well, why the headphone is not working? And the gentleman tell him, well, you need to charge up the headphone. So Curtis' reaction was golden, because he's saying he did not realize that headphones needed to be charged. You just plug them in and they work. But now in these modern days, you know, we have all these modern trappings of life. Everybody now using the wireless headphones and all of that. So we're accustomed to plug them in and charge them. It just goes to show how far we have come as a people here at Nevis, and we still have quite a ways to go. I want to commend well, let me start off first by thanking the St. Kitts, Nevis, and Anguilla National Bank, because none of this would be possible without their kind support and donation that they have given to us. I think this is our third year with National Bank sponsoring this football tournament. They have come on board, third year, right? Third year. They have come on board in such a big way. In fact, I remember when we first engaged National Bank about sponsorship for the football tournament, National Bank they were keen on inter-primary, because, you know, inter-primary is a really big thing. And at that time, the support for the football was not as much as it is now. And I remember speaking to the folks on the bank and telling them that we have a good team at education and at sports, and we are working to make some changes to the tournament that we think would make the tournament a lot better. And fast forward to where we are now, the tournament has so much interest from the public. On game days, when I go to the E.T. Willett Park to look at the games, I am always amazed by the amount of people who have come to the park, whether it's after work or if it's on a Sunday afternoon, just to have spend their Sunday afternoon there with us at the park, supporting our young people. It's all about the young people, and so I'm very, very heartened by the support that we have been getting from the general public. Everybody has been coming out. The excitement has been, you know, really good. Our students, they have been excellent. The level of football that we have seen, you know, it's really improving. We can see the improvement year on year. So I think it bodes well for us. We will have some good footballers coming out of Nevis in the future. As you heard Mr. Claxton say, one of our students, young Miss Isles, she's already playing with the national team and the under-14, and she has traveled quite a bit to represent the federation. And I'm looking for that to be replicated by some of our other students. All of that being said, this coming Sunday, we have the Final Four. The teams for the Final Four, they are here. Charlestown Primary, Ivor Walters Primary, Joycelyn Liebert Primary, St. Thomas's Primary, and I think they are ready for the semifinals. And what I would like to see come Sunday, I want those persons who are accustomed to come to the park to come, but I want everybody to bring along 2 people with them. We want to triple the crowd in the park on Sunday. We want to triple the support, because I believe on Sunday the biggest thing that's going to be happening here on Nevis is the Final Four, the semi-finals for our primary school football tournament. So I want the public to come out and support. And then I don't want you to stop there, because I think the semi-finals this coming Sunday, and then the final would be the following Sunday. But during the week, we are going to be starting our secondary school football tournament, okay? And these will be games between the Gingerland Secondary and the Charlestown Secondary. So we're going to have a series of 3 games, and I think we have an under-15 category, under-14 category, an open category, and then a female category. So every day it's going to be a triple header of games. And so I want to encourage the general public, the same support that you're giving to our primary school students, we want you to come out and show that support to our high schoolers. Too often, after our students leave primary school, it's the same thing with the inter-primary. Everybody comes out to watch the inter-primary. Everybody is excited about the inter-primary. But then after the students get to high school, we see a drop-off in the enthusiasm. We see a drop-off in the level of support. We want to keep that support up because I know that we have some very skilled footballers in our high school. They would have passed through the primary level. They are now at the high school. They're playing with the different football teams on the island. Some of them are going to St. Kitts to play in the federal tournaments that we have based on age groups. And so it's going to be a high level of skill that's going to be on display. And come on out to support our females too. We are going to see our females playing football, and that again is something we are looking to some of these females to make it to the national team. And you know, they can't do it alone. They need to see that support from the general public. And so I'm asking the general public to come out. We're going to have vendors there, same as when we have the primary school tournament. So we want you all to come out and really, really rally and show that support for our high schoolers. So the first game is going to be in the middle of the week, right? On Wednesday? Okay, so on Friday, we're having the first game. So we want, you know, the general public to come out and give the same level of support. And then as you have heard now, we are having a netball series also between CSS and GSS, and that's going to be 14 and under and an open class, and that starts on Tuesday. So that starts on Tuesday, and it's going to be at the Grell Hall Stevens Netball Complex. So if everybody who goes to watch football comes to watch netball, then I believe that the netball complex will be full. Are we charging to go into the netball complex? No. So it's free. So come on out and really support our young people, support our young ladies. I am going to try as much as possible to be there at every single game there, and I'm looking for the support from the general public. Oftentimes we like to talk about sports and we like to say, oh, nobody is participating. But when we do something, we want to see that support from the general public. We want to see that you're interested. We are doing something, we are putting in the effort, and we want the public to give us back the same type of energy that we are putting in. I know the young people, they are ready for it, right? Y'all are ready? Y'all sound soft. You could talk harder than that. Y'all are ready for the netball? Wonderful. So we want the public to come out and give us back that energy. We're really looking forward to that support. So we have quite a lot happening in terms of sports, primary school football, secondary school football, and secondary school netball. These are exciting times here on Nevis for sports. These are exciting times here on Nevis for the development of our youth. Over the past few years, we've seen a few of our young people, both male and female, if I'm correct, who have been the beneficiaries of scholarships to go stateside to the United States. And those scholarships were because they could play sport. In particular, we've seen in recent times quite a lot of scholarship offers for football players, okay? And so students, you are not just doing this just for fun. Once you pay attention and hone your craft, there are opportunities. There are opportunities for higher learning, there are opportunities to go to university, and there are opportunities to play in professional leagues, if that is where you want to go. And in professional leagues, you all will get the opportunity to make a lot of money. So sports could be something that is very lucrative. I would also want to admonish all of our young people that, you know, when you're playing sports, don't take all of your time just to play sports. Find some time to ensure that you are looking after your academics. If you're having some difficulty with your academics, you have coaches, you have teachers, go to them and express that you're having some difficulties, and they will be able to point you in the right direction to provide the additional assistance that you need, because we want to make sure that we are looking out for the holistic development of our young people. So we are big on sports, but we are also big on academics. So we want to make sure that you all are being taken care of in a holistic way. So I've been rambling on for a while. Let me close off by, you know, saying thanks to the leadership at the Department of Education, the leadership at the Department of Sports, the leadership at the Department of Youth, the leadership at the IT department. All of these departments have been coming together and working together to ensure that we can, you know, do these tournaments. I also want to say a special thank you to our principals at our schools, our deputy principals at our schools, our teachers at our schools, all of the other members of staff at the schools. And I want to pause, and then I want to come back and say a special thank you to our coaches at our schools. Our coaches are special people, okay? And students, I think you know that because you all see them a lot. You see them early in the morning, you see them during the day, and you see them late in the afternoon. So I want to say a special thank you to the coaches. The work that the coaches have been doing with our students, you know, they do an exemplary job. And so I want to ensure to take some time to thank you, because we really, really appreciate the hard work that our coaches have been putting in track and field, in football, in netball, in cricket. Our coaches are always there, going the extra mile and working with you, the young people. And so, you know, my heartfelt thanks and appreciation to our hard working coaches. I think they don't get enough credit for the work that they do, and so today I want to give them that credit. And everybody who's there in Facebook or wherever you are watching, on YouTube or wherever you're watching, you know, when you see our coaches, you know, give them a little shake and tell them thank you for the hard work that they put in, because I know they're up at 5 in the morning sometimes training their children, because they want the children to do well. They want to be you know, top of the bracket. That is what competition is about. And you know, we want you to learn about competition. We want you to learn to win. We want you to learn to lose, and we want you to learn how to be resilient, how to come back after, you know, some adversity. That's what we want to inculcate in our young people here on the island of Nevis. So again, a big thank you to all who have played a role in our sporting activities. A big thank you to the general public. The general public, we are looking for your support. As I said, if you're accustomed to come to the games and you're coming on Sunday, bring along 2 extra people with you. Everybody bring 2 extra people with you, and let us all come out together and support these young people. And when you come to the high school games also, bring along somebody with you. Don't come alone, okay? So I look forward to Sunday, and I look forward to the other tournaments going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, for your words, especially your words of encouragement to our young people here and those viewing online. There are lots of opportunities in sports. Sports is one of the easiest way to become rich. You know that, right? One of the easiest way to become rich. Sometimes, since I was younger, never got a chance to reach to the highest level. But since I was younger, I used to watch some of those salaries in basketball, football. I mean, somebody making £300,000 a week, you know? Yeah. In cricket, you see those $1 million contracts for the IPL, in track and field. You know, there's a lot of money to be made in football, in sports in general, cricket, football, track and field. So, if not anything, a healthy, nice, luxurious living should be your motivation. You know, I want this time, we would have thanked a lot of people throughout this presentation, but there's a team that we have within the Department of Education and Sports who are the ones who deal with these tournaments day in, day out. They are the ones who lead the hands-on organization and operations of the tournament. So I want to thank the local organizing committee, Miss Nicola Fraser, Mr. Alger Newton, Mr. Kimball Ward, Miss Sienna Leader, Mr. Tarek Brown, and Mrs. Terrence Warner. Yeah. These are the people who kind of make my job a little easy in terms of, I want to get to them, yeah. So you know, years ago when this thing started, I used to have to be the one going for the water, putting up the goals and so. But now I have a strong team that I used to say, Mr. Claxton, okay, we're gonna deal with it. So we have a very good team here at the ministry and the department who helped make this thing possible. I also want to mention at this point in time that I know persons have been asking about entrance fees and so. So I want to publicly, once again, state that remember that the fees that are collected for the games are going back to the school. So I think that deserves a round of applause.
Yeah, I could chime in on that.
Yes.
I did have it to mention, but sometimes you get carried away and you talk things and you forget that. But certainly, I think it's a source of pride for us. When we started the tournament this year, I did hear a little bit of negativity about people saying, "Oh, well, we have to pay to come in for every game," and we're charging $5 to come in, which is you can hardly buy anything nowadays for $5. But the money is going back to the schools to support the young people. None of the money that is being collected by the gate is going to go to either the Department of Education or the Department of Sports. We're going to collect the money, we're counting up the money, and it's going to be split up. However, they're going to split it up, and it's going to, all of it, every last dollar is going to go back to the schools. What we're going to do, I guess, when we get to the final and we have a count on what the money is, we'll probably say what it is, and we will say how it is split up between the schools. What we're asking the general public to do is to come out and support the young people. This is all about our schools and the students in the school. When you see them out there and they have on their uniforms and everybody have on their shoes and everybody look good, and the schools want to help with nutrition and so on, give them what you call it, tonic, give them tonic and all that type of thing. Everything costs money, okay? And so when the public come out and you pay that little $5 by the gate, just know that it's going to a good cause. The ministry is not holding on to it. None of the departments holding on to it. We are going to be giving it back to the schools to be used to advance the sporting causes in the school. I did mention that we want to thank our referees. We have some professional referees for these football games. We're not using any any and anybody as referees. Our referees understand the game. I've sat in the crowd and hear the crowd lecture some of the referees, but of course that is normal. People not going to like every single call, but our referees have been doing a good job, and I wouldn't want to be a referee. I'm not fit enough to be a referee anyway. But we really appreciate the work that they're doing. Yes, and we have some of our high school students who would have played at the primary level, and they will be playing in the tournaments coming up. and they have been, quite gracious to come out and volunteer to be referees and linesmen and so on in these primary school games that we have had so far. So, I want to thank them for that. Whenever young people volunteer and be involved, we got to really encourage them. All right.
Yeah, we have one of them in the room this afternoon, Mr. Jeffers. Mr. Jeffers is very helpful. We call him Nana. Yeah, he's very helpful in terms of pushing anything to do with sports. Once he sees the department doing something, he comes around, he's going to help. If it's to lift up a bucket, also he's going to help. So, we like this type of individual. Next one. Okay, so we are getting to the end of our press briefing, but I'm just going to ask first the director, Ms. Fraser, and then the minister to just give a final word before we wrap up. So we're going to start with the Director of Sports, Mr. Aljon Newton.
Of course, again, I just like to thank the general public for tuning in. Our student athletes, I want to wish them all the best going forward in these tournaments. Again, I'm seeing a room filled with national representative. And of course, I'm seeing a Mr. Brown who would have traveled to Miami. We would have funded the trip to represent in a series per se, football series in Miami, where he would have been able to hone his talent, shape a little bit more. And I think the experience would have been a very good experience for him. Yes? All right, then. So I want to wish everybody the best. The 14s for the primary school tournament, again, I would like to wish them all the best again for the tournament. And may the best team win. Thank you.
Ms. Fraser.
Okay, at this point in time, I would like to remind the general public that the semifinals take place on Sunday, 2nd November at the ETW Park. We'll see 2 games. At 5 p.m., we'll see the St. Thomas's Primary coming up against the Charlestown Primary. And at 6 p.m., we'll see Joycelyn Library Primary coming up against the Ivor Walters Primary. Come out and support the secondary schools as we vie to see who would go home with the Netball Championship as well as the Football Championship. Again, I say all the best and thank you for the support to the general public.
Okay, Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much. Again, I want to encourage our young people to go out and do your very best. We've seen you perform for those in the primary tournament, and what we have seen so far has been exciting. And I'm looking forward to the semifinals for our high schoolers. I'm looking forward to seeing your tournament. Give it your very best. Again, I want to thank National Bank. We couldn't do it without you. Thank all of our coaches, teachers, parents, all of the supporters, all of you who make this initiative possible. Together we are shaping a stronger, healthier, and more confident generation of Nevisians through sports. So I want to thank everybody who tuned in and everybody who's going to watch the live. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Minister. And as we conclude this afternoon's proceeding, I just want to add to the thank yous, Carrie Breweries, and Movies at NEPAC, who have been sponsoring the player of the game. And I also want to thank those persons who would have joined us via the Facebook, YouTube. Thanks for tuning in this afternoon. And thus, this concludes our press briefing for today.
name is Daniel and I'm your interviewer for tonight, and we're here at the National Bank football tournament, and we're just interviewing everyone, asking them how their tournament's been going so far. So come on. So how are you enjoying the tournament so far?
Oh, it's good. Good action. I mean, all the teams them playing as hard as they could, but you know they're gonna get 1 or 2 little extra. But I think everybody put in a good effort, and it's a good line for the public at the afternoons.
Okay, and who are we repping today?
Well, I got 2 horses in the race, you know. I rep CPS and Ivor Walters Mustangs.
All right. How are you enjoying them so far?
It is awesome. The youngsters are playing their hearts out.
Oh,
goal!
Sorry.
So that's who we're backing today?
Well, not really, but it doesn't matter. I'm Ginger and our St. Thomas's.
How are you feeling today?
Wonderful.
Good. And who are we repping today?
Jaguar.
All right.
1 SDPS level 2, 3 points in the bag, straight final 4 we going. They can't stop us. We defending with title. St. Thomas's Primary all the way. Let me hear the Jaguars them. Yes.
So how we doing today, Mr. Host?
I am doing fair to partly cloudy with a few scattered showers. We're here at the Willet Park, the office where we come to do business. And it's another nice afternoon. The sun is setting, and it's a National Bank sponsored primary school football. And if you're not here, I don't know where you are, but you should be here.
Game been going so far?
Excellent. I mean, it's always good to come out, witness primary school footballs. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when they moved to the after school, atmosphere is electric. Really good talents on display. I think everybody knows me and everybody knows my daughter. They know I'm St. Thomas is for life, that is for sure. Looking forward to the semi-finals. I think that is this weekend, and then of course the finals after that. But excellent tournament, one of the better tournaments as a matter of fact. 5 schools vying for the last 4 spots. So what can you say?
How are you feeling tonight, Auntie Shelly?
I'm feeling great because CPS get 1 straight flight gone to the final. The semi-final, I must say, the semi-final. 1 straight flight, but me could tell you, a Charleston going to win the whole series. Take it as I tell you.
All right, I hear for Auntie Shelly.
Okay.
Good night, Mr. Liban. How are you feeling tonight?
I am wonderful.
And how
Great to be here.
And how has the tournament been going so far for you?
Oh, I love this. I love to see the young people out here, and I really love to see the support from the general public. The general public has been great. Every single game that we have had a bumper crowd. It's building up now even more because today is the last day of the regular season, and I think the game that we have now is going to determine which team goes into the final. We already have 4 teams for the final 4. And this last game will determine, which team gets the last spot. So this is a kind of a final in itself.
Good evening. I just come out of the gym just to come to watch the Mustang win.
How are you feeling tonight?
Monsieur, darling, all I want to see is Mustang scoring. Mustang! Let me go defense! Mustangs! I don't know you.
So how you feel about that goal?
Great.